All right, we're back. Took a week off. Almost thought we might have to take another week off, but we're here. Matt, how are you?
I'm better this week. But last week I owe the viewers and listeners an apology. Last week was my fault. I ate something that did not agree with me, and I was in no position to be being uh, in the public eye. We'll put it like that.
I mean, let's be all the way real, though. You ate something that you shouldn't have, but you knew going in those were the potential
Possible
consequences.
consequences.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't actually have Pizza Hut.
Oh.
Just so we're clear.
Oh, okay.
But it was
all
that
right.
type of situation.
Gotcha. My mistake.
Yes.
So, yes.
It was something my wife made, so.
Oh.
She didn't hear that. I don't even think that's true, if I'm being honest. But no, last week was my fault, and then we're recording this on Thursday night. There was some pretty bad storms were supposed to come through Michigan tonight. It stormed a little, but not as bad as we thought. And my shoot job had me on call. So
yes. Yeah, and got a heat wave coming next week, a few weeks before the one in Toronto for NXT. But yeah.
See, I was gonna go with an ECW reference, but you beat me to it.
So yeah, can't wait for that. Feels like temperatures in the triple digits. My favorite.
Yep.
So
gotta love Michigan.
But yeah, so we're just gonna catch up and chat a little bit this week. Basically, there's a couple things I wanted to talk about. We'll talk a little bit about Clash at the Castle. I want to go through the prop bets and stuff with Mr. Durr here, because that's sort of his forte.
Now we're talking.
Yeah. I once again will be on Late Night Grin Friday night for their preview for the Clash at the Castle. So I'll give the majority, I'll sprinkle some stuff here, but if you want to hear my in-depth conversation about that, head over there and check that out tomorrow or tonight after you watch this. So should be a good time.
And now, forgive my ignorance,
yes,
but are all three of them from the UK?
No, just Joe is.
Okay.
Robert O'Neill is lives in St. Louis by way of Chicago, and he's a fellow Michigan fan, believe it or not. So that's how him and I really got like friendly, because it's like, oh, like he's a Michigan. Like I saw him wearing a Michigan shirt on camera one day, and I'm like, wait a minute. He's like, yeah.
Fair enough.
So he and I chat about that, and then Oracle is I think he's in Tennessee, so they're scattered all over the place. So
okay, yeah. I was just curious because they use the word lads quite a bit, and then I saw you were using it. Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute, when did this guy start using British slang? Did he get suckered in, and does that mean I'm actually going to be able to watch some Champions League with him sometime? But no, guess not.
Probably not. No.
Well, whatever.
I mean, yeah, no, not a chance.
Your kid gets you to a soccer game. That's it.
Yeah. The closest, if I wasn't working while it was happening, the closest you were going to get me to watching any kind of like actual soccer was that 7-on-7 celebrity tournament that they were doing last week.
Oh, with McAfee and J.J. Watt and all them. Yeah.
But I was working during all that, so. But anyways, so let's leave a thumbs up on this video and subscribe to the channel, please and thank you. That'd be great. I just got back from vacation. Took the family. It was my wife and son and I, and also my brother went, and then my wife's sister and her two kids all went down. We ended up having to take two vehicles. Thought we were going to be able to all squeeze into one, and it's like, wait a minute. Well, so her mom has a bigger SUV that's got like third row, So we're like, and it did work for like going to the park each day. We were all able to get in there, but there's no way we were able to have all our stuff and all fit in there. So Kyle and I drove separate, and they all drove down. We all drove down and Sunday evening down to the.
What? Whoa. What you're really saying there is Kyle looked at that situation and went, "No, I'm riding myself on this one. I'm not riding with everyone crammed in a car."
So, no, if you want to know the truth, when we first planned this, I said, "Are you sure we're all going to fit in one car?" And I was told, I was like, "Do we need to rent like a big van or something?" You know, I was told, "No, it's going to be fine." And then, like
morning of,
no, it was in the week before. All of a sudden, the sister-in-law was like, "I don't think that we're all going to fit with all our stuff." And then it was like, "Oh, yeah, you and Kyle might have to drive separate." Gee.
Cool.
Who would have thought? So yeah, Sunday, I had to work Sunday, and after I got out of work, we all left and headed down to the greater Cincinnati area of Ohio, and had a nice little Airbnb that it's like 4 bedrooms, I think, and so like couple people. Obviously, my wife and I shared a room, and the 2 older kids shared a room, and Kyle had his own room, and Kingston slept with Aunt Minna. So that was fun, and yeah, it was a nice, real nice place. And then on Monday and Tuesday we went and did Kings Island, and Kingston got to ride his first roller coasters. So, and he was all for it. In fact, the whole week before he was sick. He was sick all last week with the crud, and but then middle of the week, like he's still not feeling good, but he's like, "I want to go to the roller coasters now." Like he was ready, and we're like, "No, bub, we gotta, you're not quite feeling up, and we'll leave in a few days. We'll get there." So, but no, it was good. Monday was cold because it wasn't like freezing cold. It just was. There was no sun. Like the sun was out like first thing in the morning. We got there. I'm like, "Oh, this is going to be a pretty decent day." Like we won't go to the water park because that would definitely be too cold. But it'll be a nice day for walking around. And then like the clouds came, and then the wind blew a little bit, and I was like, "Oh boy." So we ended up
not ideal conditions to be riding around and having the air smacking you in the face.
Yeah, well, even just walking around at times, or standing around like I was doing most of the time, waiting for people. I was basically there. Kyle and I were basically there just to watch the stuff while everyone else did their thing, and to make sure Kingston was close by and all that kind of stuff. But we ended up having to buy Kingston a Woodstock hoodie, which is adorable, but it still was like $60, and it's like Jesus. But he was cold, so
yeah.
We better.
Funny how that works.
Yeah. So they didn't have. It was so weird. They didn't have a lot of it out, and so I went into the one shop a couple different times looking, and I didn't see anything. And then my wife went in at one point, and they were like pulling stuff from the back that they didn't have out because a bunch of people were looking for stuff because
what the hell? It's cold outside.
Yeah. It's the second week in June. What's going on here? So, but yeah, Kingston rode a bunch of the coasters in the kids area, and then also did a couple of rides in the main area too with everyone, and he had a blast. So, and then Tuesday was more of the same. It was a lot warmer. We did go to the water park that day, and which was nice. The water was really cold, but Kingston did not care. He was like all for it, and like he was like shivering. We're like, "Dude, we gotta go."
Yeah, right. Either you got to get up to your neck, in water or we gotta go.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, it was a good time. Then we headed back yesterday. So always a good time. That's it's like my wife's favorite place is Kings Island, and so it was nice to. It was funny too. It was like 6 years. Like the dates were exactly 6 years when we just took her niece and nephew down there.
Right.
So it was funny. Our Facebook memory was just like, oh crap, like these exact days we were down here too. So it's kind of funny.
Hey, we've done this before.
Yeah. So yeah, good times had by all.
Yeah, I saw some of the photos online. Looked like everyone had a good time.
Yeah.
You can never tell what mood Kyle's in because he just always looks mad.
Yeah.
But
yeah. He's oh boy, yeah. He's full blown factory worker.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh good.
Yeah. I'll tell you some stuff off air.
Yeah. No. I'm excited to hear it. I'd like to run into him and needle him a little bit and see if I can get him going again.
Yeah. But yeah. So, because of that, I actually did today. I spent last night and then today I spent catching up on stuff. So I kind of know what happened. The big news of the week is they killed Ricochet off TV. It looks like.
Well, maybe
it's that TNA partnership influence. Usually TNA is the people that like actually murder people off when they leave, and
yeah.
So of course they didn't actually murder Ricochet. Braun Breaker just tried to put him through a car windshield.
Yeah, so. Real glass and everything.
Yeah. Yep. I saw Punk was liking a bunch of the Instagram posts from it too. I'm like,
yep.
But that happened in the opposite end of Ohio, in Toledo.
Yeah, I could have been there for that. The day of, I thought about grabbing a ticket too, and then I don't know. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I'm still not
I honestly
at that point.
I honestly had every intention of going when I first heard that, hey, Raw's going to be in Toledo in June. I'm like, sweet. And then once I figured out the date and where it lined up, I'm like, crap. Kind of going to be 2 hours, 2.5 hours the opposite direction. So
yeah, it didn't end up looking like that major of a show to miss,
still it would have been fine. That would have been, that stuff with Ricochet, the stuff with Liv and then Dom and the rest of the Judgment Day. That was pretty interesting. Hearing McAfee have to ring announce the last match would have been pretty funny to hear live.
Right.
But yeah.
I mean, most of the Judgment Day stuff though was backstage, and
sure,
that's not always the best experience for the live audience. Because half the time the audio doesn't work. But
the big spot with Liv landing on Dom outside the ring though happened out in front of the audience. So
yeah, nah.
But we got a big.
Who did Dominic Mysterio get blessed by in life to fall into this spot in the company though?
Dude, I don't know, man. It's it's genetics, man. Kayfabe genetics.
All right, I'll buy it.
I mean, look, in I was thinking about this earlier today. In kayfabe, even though Ray won the custody match, it doesn't change the fact that Eddie is his biological father in kayfabe. So here we go.
Oh man, I feel like he needs to lean into that. Then at some point, that would be really funny for him to lean into.
Like really lean to it, yeah. Like he's been like the hair and the he looks just like 1997 Eddie Guerrero right now. It's ridiculous. So, but yeah, I mean he's like I've been saying it for months. I love Dom Mysterio. He's fantastic. Not like
it's a really good.
Like he's
Go
not
ahead.
he's not Kenny Omega. I'm not. That's not what I say. But as a wrestling character, he's fantastic.
He is a fantastic character. He is a fantastic character for the show because you can use him and he's always going to get heat and he can be made to look the fool. But even with what they're doing, with him right now, it's great television.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the old, one guy, who's he going to go with? Is he going to stick with his current lady or go with the one that's chasing it? Like,
right.
People are reacting to a guy they hate because the story's being done really well, and he's an important part of it.
Right. Yeah.
And he's doing his job really well. So.
Yes, he is. But back on the Ricochet, the reports were that he had told WWE that once his contract is up, he was not interested in resigning. And so it sure looked like, time will tell. Because I guess his deal's not up till July, so there are talks that because the spot went over so well, they might bring him back one more, to get killed again. I guess I don't know what they would bring him back for, but it sure sounds like he's out the door. Do you believe that's the case? And if so, I think the obvious destination is AEW, and what do you see for him over there?
I don't think he's out the door.
Okay.
I think he wanted to be out the door, and then they came to an agreement. I don't know what. And the reason I think that is the stuff with Samantha Irving doesn't need to happen if he's not going to come back, because it's not like they lean heavy into not just their relationship, but a lot of the relationships of the known relationships between the characters on screen. They don't, like, when Seth Rollins gets attacked and what are they? Becky doesn't come running out, and oh my God, right? So I don't see the point in having Samantha Irving be involved like that if it's not going to lead to Ricochet coming back at some point and defending, her honor. Because I'm going to assume that Braun's going to be bullying her around a little bit the next couple weeks because she went and got in the ambulance and all that.
I don't know, because they've mentioned, like, she was a big part of the Logan Paul.
The Logan Paul. And then they haven't really mentioned it at all after that. And what I mean is they don't lean into that constantly. Yeah, no. Becky and Seth cross paths once in a while and they acknowledge it. Bianca and Montez, they've interacted, but they're not linked. Every time something happens to one of them, the other one isn't right there to be like, oh my God, what, blah, blah, blah.
No, but
so I think in this case, using a ring announcer who's not really part of the show most of the time, I don't think they would do that if they didn't have a plan for her to continue on with Braun, which then makes me go, Ricochet's got to be coming back at some point.
Maybe. I just think it was one of those things that I think this regime does pretty well is one of those if you know type things. And
maybe,
it was just simple as that. Because I don't think Braun's going to be like stalking Samantha now or anything like that. Like, I just don't know. So
as far as the AEW, if he does leave, he's more than likely going to AEW. It doesn't do anything for me,
right?
Because they've got 5 or 6 guys already at AEW that do what Ricochet does. What makes Ricochet stand out in the WWE is they don't have a ton of guys that can work the way he does and do the high level acrobatics that he does on a consistent basis. But AEW, they've got Ray Phoenix. They've got Dante Martin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hell, I mean, the guy, Ospreay, does it. They've got a better to be blunt, they've got a better version of Ricochet and Swerve Strickland as their champion because he can talk and he can do a lot of the stuff that Ricochet does.
Right.
And he does a lot of things better than him already. So I'm not, I hope if he goes there, I hope it works out. Obviously, him and Ospreay would be a huge match to get on national television. But I don't expect him to move to the top of the card at all.
Well, yeah, and that's kind of how I think people are clamoring for him to go there just for that match, which is, I get, that's a great match to have on a bigger stage than, New Japan or wherever they did it the last time. But once you do that, or let's say you're able to do it twice. Let's say he shows up. He faces Ospreay at Wembley, and they have the match, and oh my god, and then they decide to run it back a little while later, maybe on TV, maybe at another pay-per-view. Whatever. Once you're done with that, then what? Then like you said, he's just another guy on that roster, I think.
And it's they're running. I didn't plan to run down AEW tonight. But yeah, and not only that, it's not just another guy on the roster, it's another guy in the middle of the card that if you don't spend enough time heating him up, he's just not going to matter 6 months from now, and they don't have a good track record of doing that. And the thing that makes people stand out, charisma, being able to talk, being able to tell a story, is his biggest knock. So I don't know. I hope he doesn't think he's going to go there and become, a top guy. It's
right. Yeah.
If he wants to go there because he wants a lighter schedule and he wants to work that style, yeah. But if he's turning down WWE exposure and money because he thinks he's going to get big in AEW, the track record says no.
Yeah. I agree. All right. So that was that. Let's do the Clash stuff now. Now let me pull this up because it's weird on Bet Online. They've got a bunch of stuff for matches that aren't on the show. It's really weird. I think they're matches that they assumed maybe were going to be put on the show, but I think they're just going to stick with the 5-match card like they have been doing. So unless this is no. So Solo and Kevin Owens I think is been announced for SmackDown. So maybe that's why, I don't know. But I'll just go over the stuff that I know is on the show. We've got there's a triple threat women's tag team title match between Bianca and Jade, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, and Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. Care to guess? Well, who do you think is favored?
Oh, easily Jade and Bianca.
Okay.
They've got to be minus 800.
Minus 1,500.
It's okay. Yeah, just completely insane odds.
The next closest is Alba and Isla because they're Scottish. So they're plus 5.
Plus 450. Oh, I was going to say plus 450.
Yeah, and then Shayna and Zoe.
Plus 700.
1,400.
Whew.
Yeah.
All right.
Next, we have the WWE Women's Championship with Bayley defending against another Scot, Piper Niven.
Bayley's got to be favored.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's going to be a pretty solid favorite. I'm going to go minus 400 on Bayley.
Minus 3,000.
Oh, God. All right. Man, they really, they don't mess around with odds on okay. So then Nevin's got to be like a plus what? At least plus 1,000.
Plus 900.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it would. I would throw a $10, $20 bet if you're feeling risky. That seems like a $10, $20 throw down on Piper just in case they decide to try to be nostalgic.
Yeah.
And at those odds, it's it's pretty good return.
Out of the three matches with Scottish people, I would think the most likely would be the tag match, because you could have them pin Sheena and Zoe, and then that way Bianca and Jade don't have to take the pin. But you're right, as far as the value goes, Piper would, if you're just wanting to throw a couple bucks down, Piper would be the play there, it seems like. For the Intercontinental Championship, Sami Zayn defends against Chad Gable. This one's a lot closer.
Oh, yeah. Is Gable the favorite?
He is.
Minus 150.
On the nose.
Okay. Yeah. And then that would probably put Sammy at like plus 125, maybe.
110.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the fact that they're doing, but see, I feel like all these reports of guys' contracts are up and they're not, I feel like WWE's playing some games with people too.
I think Gable's re-signed, and it just hasn't come out yet.
I think he is too. Yeah, so like it would make sense then, because Sammy's not gonna get hurt by taking the loss here. No. He knocked off Gunther at WrestleMania. He's I wouldn't call him bulletproof yet, but he's established where like he's not going away. So yeah, I would take Gable, and I'd feel comfortable betting it, minus 150.
Yeah. For the WWE Championship, Cody Rhodes defends against AJ Styles in an I Quit match.
Okay. I'm assuming Cody is the favorite.
Yes.
Minus 250.
Minus 3,000 again.
Really?
Yeah. It's the exact same odds for the Bayley Piper match.
They do this for a living. I'm a wrestling fan who thinks that some things are more up in the air. I wouldn't be shocked if they had AJ win here, if only to establish that Cody is beatable. In you don't want to get it to this thing where it's like the stuff with Seth, where he just beat Seth 3 in a row.
Right.
Back in the day with Cena, where Cena would just roll people for multiple matches in a row. Maybe I saw Cody's mom is coming.
Yeah,
maybe they do a thing where she throws in the towel on behalf of her boy. I don't know. Minus 3,000 seems like a huge number when AJ Styles is the challenger.
Yeah.
Because AJ is as credible as they come.
Sure.
If you wanted to do a little back and forth with the belt real quick.
Sure. I'd be fine with it. My only thing is with the I Quit stipulation being there, you'd have to be very careful about how it'd have to be like you said, like his mom throwing in the towel for him or something like to that effect. Like
right.
You can't have Cody like or his mom is being threatened or something. You can't have Cody say I quit just.
I mean,
willy-nilly.
Not to take a dig at the man, but he steals everything from everyone else anyway. Why doesn't he just steal Stone Cold's finish at 13? AJ beats the holy hell out of him so bad he passes out before he can he can give up, and there's no choice but to call it off.
Yeah. I think that was technically a submission match.
Okay.
So, I don't think that would...
Can't quit if he's dead, so...
Well, fair. So that just leaves the world title, right?
What is AJ at on that match?
Plus 900.
Plus 900.
Yeah.
Oh, man. See, now I'm thinking of cooking a little parlay ski here with Nevin and AJ.
There you go.
You get that up to plus 2,500 odds or something like that. You throw $10 down.
Mm-hmm.
That's a night out for you and the missus.
Let me see here. Let me put this in here for you. AJ and Piper. Oh, I gotta log in. Never mind. I don't have that.
Oh, jeez.
I'm not doing.
You pull that up, I'll fake a way into making a plus.
So, anyways, so then it's weird. They had a triple threat U.S. title match listed on here, which isn't happening. They had Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser, which isn't happening. Gunther versus Randy Orton, which isn't happening. And then, like I said, Solo and Kevin Owens. So it's kind of weird how they had all that on there.
They really have that much stuff going on where those could be pay-per-view type matches right now.
Definitely.
That's a little different than the WWE we've been used to.
Mm-hmm. And I think they're smart to, like, especially these, international, like, their secondary shows to maybe to us, but to the people, to the fans getting these shows, like, it's a big deal. And I think they're smart just to limit it to five matches each show. Like, there was something the first time, the second, because the first time I was on, it was for Mania, but when I was on for Backlash with the LNG guys, that was one of the things that we were kind of worried about, was like, there's only 5 matches, and the pace of that show was great. Same thing with the last Saudi show. Like, it was like, it hasn't been, they've been clocking in at under 3 hours. So I think 5 matches for these shows is the way to go.
It's I don't know. I feel like if I've said this before, I feel like if I were a fan in one of these places, though, and that like we wait for that show for so long and we only get 5 matches, I'd feel a little let down, not gonna lie.
It depends on what the matches are, though.
If they're quality matches that you're really excited about, then obviously you're more willing to be like, no, I'm just happy that I got to see that match in person.
Sure.
Sorry, I'm trying to look up how to find a plus 900 double parlay.
Gotcha. It's not working for you.
I just got to find another category. I'm a degenerate, so like now I want to know how close I was to.
Right.
But anyway.
So for the World Heavyweight title. Now this is interesting because there's a prop that goes with this, and it kind of contradict each other, but so Damian Priest defends against Drew McIntyre, the hometown boy. Who, Matt Durr, do you think is the favorite?
The betting odds favorite, Damian Priest.
No.
Okay.
It is Drew McIntyre.
Okay. Is it a huge gap?
No.
Okay. Drew plus 200.
Minus 200.
Minus 200. Yes. Excuse me.
Yes.
Okay. So then does that put Damian at plus 150?
Bingo.
Okay.
Now, the prop is, will CM Punk interfere in the World Heavyweight Championship match? Yes or no?
Yes, minus 250.
Yes, minus 300.
Okay. Yeah, how's that gonna work?
Right. That's the interesting. That's interesting.
Oh, unless okay. Well, here's how it could work. I don't think this is what
is plus 200, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. So the way that works is Judgment Day goes to interfere, right?
They can't.
That's what. Oh, they can't. See, this is what I get for not paying attention.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah. Drew wrestled Finn, and the stip was if Drew wins, Judgment Day is banned.
Okay. Yeah. Then. Yeah, but then I don't see how Damian. That's just a bad prop bet. I don't see how Damian loses the belt if Punk interferes, unless his whole thing is he's gonna make sure that Drew wins the belt so that when he faces Drew, it's for the title. But that doesn't make sense.
But see, here's the thing. That only makes sense if you do that match at Money in the Bank, because Gunther gets the title match at SummerSlam.
That's right. Yeah. And I don't know. I mean,
and I don't know if Money in the Bank is worthy of Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk. I think that's got to be a SummerSlam match.
Right.
But
no, see, yeah, no, I think Damian. I'm going back to Damian should be the favorite in this match.
Yeah. Unless CM Punk will not be healthy by SummerSlam, and if that's the case, what the hell have we been doing? Like, it's been fun and all, but like at a certain point, all this you got to shit or get off the pot with this. So if SummerSlam wasn't a realistic like target date, like you could have been like pushing some of the shit back, not doing as much as they did right after Mania and around the draft and stuff.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
So, I don't know. I feel like at SummerSlam, I feel like Gunther should win the belt.
That's my other point. So so Drew wins, and then 2 months later, not even.
Right. So if I were betting, my money would be on Damian Priest in this match.
Yeah. I feel that Punk will be ready for SummerSlam, and then you do the Drew match at SummerSlam. It's as simple as that.
Yep.
So yeah. That is that. And like people are like, "Oh, you're really gonna have?" I'm like, "Yes," because this is different than a true blue babyface getting sent to his hometown. Like, he'll be a babyface in Scotland, of course, but on TV, Drew McIntyre is not a babyface. Like,
right?
You have to strike that balance of like making that hometown crowd happy, but also like servicing your TV product for everyone else who's not in Scotland.
Yeah. That's why you give Piper the belt on my cooked up parlay.
And it's like, people were complaining in Elimination Chamber that not enough Aussies were on the show. That was basically just Rhea. It's like, all right, so cool. We're going to Scotland. We got a bunch of Scottish wrestlers. We'll throw them on. They're not going to win, but we'll throw them on the card. And now that's not going to be good enough. So,
what's Rory McAllister up to?
Yes, the Highlanders. Oh my God, bring them out. Yeah. Oh shit.
They could go do the TNA show, and it'd be an old haha all over again.
That would rule.
Kind of like how they got all the ex-AEW guys together on NXT this week.
Oh, geez, yeah, people were.
And Cody take a shot.
I didn't even think it was that big of a shot. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's the toxicity of wrestling fans. It was cute.
He didn't say you guys are in a much better place. He just said you guys seem like you're in a good place. Like, what the fuck are we doing here?
they're all still jobbers. So what's it matter?
Whatever. So, yeah. So that's that. Anything else wrestling related?
I felt like there was something I was going to bring up, and I've lost it. So, no, I don't have anything.
All right. Cool. Well, after a scare with Mr. Soto and not the best outing over the weekend against the Dodgers. Things that look to have settled in nicely again for our Yankees.
Yeah,
Judge and Stanton are still mashing.
Well, I saw they ran a stat last night after Stanton hit that nuke to center that Stanton, Judge, and Soto have combined for 59 home runs, and that's more than like 6 different teams have all season.
That's probably like triple what the Tigers have.
No, the Tigers don't have. Well, they have some problems hitting home runs. They just whatever. I did not realize they dropped the game today, though. They were winning. They were winning when I stopped paying attention, and then got distracted with work and forgot to check. But I mean, obviously, it's the Dodgers. The Dodgers are, the class of the league. They're one of the 3 or 4 best teams in the league. That if you make the World Series, you're probably playing them or you're playing the Braves. So, you drop 2 or 3 without your second best player, and you're on the road. No big deal.
They were at home, but
no, they were at home. Yeah, they were at home. You're right.
Yeah,
but and look, Judge is looking like he's going to give the home run record another.
He's been
another run here.
He's been killing it.
Right.
So
I mean, you take those first 3 weeks of the year out, and I mean, unreal.
Yeah.
But I saw, Garrett's working on his rehab assignment. He was supposed to pitch tonight, wasn't he?
I thought he pitched.
Or did he throw last night?
I was gonna say, I thought he yesterday, the day before. I thought I saw something that he had pitched a few innings. So
yeah, they're rolling right now, and I mean, they swept the Twins again before that Dodgers series. Twins are a really good team. They just took 2 out of 3 from the Royals. And Kansas City's looking like they're going to be a playoff team. So, they got the best record in baseball. I don't think anyone expected that when Cole went down at the start of the year. So, it's fun to be checking in daily on the team.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I love the I actually got to see him. One of the Twins games, they're on TBS, and I got to see that. And then, I was watching a little bit Saturday night because they were the Fox game against the Dodgers. But
I feel like MLB TV every year throws the rest of the year subscription out there on Father's Day. So I was kind of kicking it around in my head, like if they throw that out there for like $50, this might be one of the years that I'm like, all right, you'll get me back.
Right. Yeah. So, but yeah, I was just, for the love of God, stay healthy. Like that's the biggest thing, is just stay healthy. And I know it's like, you could say that for all the good teams, but it just seems like the last few years especially have really, when that bug hits, it hits hard.
Yeah. Yep. And that's why, like, I know a couple of weeks ago I made fun of, I said Cashman and I meant Hal Steinbrenner said that he wasn't sure if they'd have money to sign Soto, and that a lot of people took that like, well, they're not going to be active at the deadline either. And they're cruising now, but I feel like this is the time where if there's a good catcher out there, Trevino and Wells. Trevino's always been, a negative on the offensive end. I thought Austin Wells was going to be a lot better this year, and he just, I don't know if he's overwhelmed or he's too soon, but he looks lost at the plate. So, if there's a catcher out there, there's a first baseman out there. Rizzo's been way underwhelming the last couple of years. Ever since he got hurt, he looked like he had turned it around last year, and then he got hurt, and he just hasn't been the same. So I feel like if there's a team out there, or a couple teams looking to sell, I feel like just because they're rolling out doesn't mean you shouldn't go get another bat or two.
Absolutely. Yep.
They their farm system isn't loaded with top 20. I don't even think they got more than a couple top 50 prospects right now. But it's baseball. I mean, teams will dump stars for nothing. I hope they're proactive about keeping this going and just don't assume that things are going to coast into the playoffs.
Yep, I agree. So should be a fun summer. So
right.
But, all right.
Just before we hit record, I saw that the Jags extended Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, did they?
To a 5-year. Oh man, it was like 5 years, 260. He got like $200 million guaranteed. 5 year, $275 million extension. So more than Jared got.
Yep. Already looks like a bargain.
$200 million in guaranteed money and $142 million fully guaranteed at signing.
Yeah.
It's the largest contract in the league on an annual value.
See, that's crazy, man. That is crazy.
Brad, everyone that was complaining, Brad did it right. He got him in it. That looks like a deal now.
Yeah, like I get it. Like, people said the same thing about maybe some of the people Goff got higher money than, but like, in what world does Trevor Lawrence forget Mahomes? Like, in what world does he get to be paid more than Joe Burrow?
Right. It's the same deal. Like, makes no sense.
Yeah. But
you mean to tell me an operation ran by the Khan family overpaid for something that's underperforming?
Don't go there.
Wait, what are you trying to say?
Come on. Yeah. Yep.
Remember when they hired that hot shot head coach for the for one season? They had him show up during the fight inside the stadium. How'd that work out?
Yeah. It worked out with him kicking a kicker and spending time at bars rubbing up on young women
that are his daughter's age.
Yeah. So that's how that worked out.
OH.
Yeah. No kidding. So. All right. I don't got anything else.
Did you watch the 3rd episode of The Acolyte yet?
I have not watched it yet.
Okay.
I was, like I said, I caught up on, I watched Raw and NXT and I started Dynamite tonight, but then didn't finish it.
Okay.
So probably tomorrow.
I think next week I'm going to watch the Acolyte Protection Agency highlights instead of the next step. Yes.
That's pretty funny. That sounds good. They Truth on Raw Monday thought that him and Miz were facing the APA when it was actually AOP.
Awesome.
To which JBL tweets out, I gotta call Ron.
Yeah, anything for a payday, right?
So, it's pretty funny. But all right, well, yeah, let's call it a week. We'll be back, hopefully next week. Probably next week. Who knows? Who's to say? You never know. It's the beauty of this show. We're just kind of no rules, no ties. Just bang, bang, bang the drum.
See, I was thinking no flips, just fists.
Sure, that works too. Get well soon, Dax Hartwood. Serious, in all seriousness. So, leave a thumbs up on the video.
Before you wrap this up, there's something beautiful in that, like, those two guys are always like, we're old school, hardcore wrestling, like, we're the wrestlers, and it's 2024, and they're literally like trying to tough it out like it's 1982, and Bill Watts is on their ass to get to the next town. Like, it's not that serious, bro. He's like, no, goddammit, I gotta make this town.
Yeah, yeah.
The fine folks of Shreveport need to see me tonight. All right, you can wrap it up.
All right, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and then until next time, see ya. Late Night Grim, Friday night, 11:05. See ya.